In this video, I'll be showcasing a concept I came up with a while ago, which I call Scary Scuba. You'll be playing a diver, which has to escape from his sunken submarine on the bottom of the ocean, and he needs to make his way to the surface, but he only has one tank of air. I did everything you see in this movie myself. I created the art, the animation, and the music. It's actually the first time. I consider myself absolutely no artist, so this is actually the first time I attempted at doing something like this, and I think it worked out okay. I think it gets the point across. So let's start. First of all, you see the scuba diver coming out of his submarine, and the first thing you will probably notice is the beacon of light that surrounds him, or rather surrounds the submarine. You see there's a couple of enemies he has to face, or you as a player have to face, in order to get to the surface, and most of them are afraid of light. So you sort of have to recognize your enemies in your environment, which is really dark, and there's a lot of plants which do not impact the gameplay in any way, but hidden between them are enemies which will come out and try to get you. So the little spots of light are your safe zones. You can basically stay in them and you're safe. Enemies won't attack you in there, but you will lose air, so you can't linger around in them for too long, because then you'll run out of air and you'll have to start all over again. So let's start again. As you can see me chasing away from the jellyfish, I'm being grasped by the tentacles of destruction, and these are the only two enemies which I put into this mock-up video. The jellyfish will try to come after you, and he will either stop chasing you once you're out of his range, or when you're inside a light source, and it will move away. And the tentacles are basically hidden amongst the other plants, and when you get too close to them they will grab you and you will have to start over again. So let's go again, and this time I will stay away from both the jellyfish and the tentacles and move into my first light source. You can see there's another jellyfish coming after me, but I got rid of him because I was safe in the light source that was provided to me by the kind seahorse. Thank you, Mr. Seahorse. Next up, I'm gonna be pulling off a little trick. I don't know if you're able to see it well, but on the right side of my character, slightly above me in the plants, is a jellyfish, and on the left side, a bit more above me, are some tentacles. Now, next thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to lure the jellyfish into the tentacles, so I basically take out both of my enemies like that. As you might have noticed, the game's music is actually also progressing as the player progresses towards the surface. So new layers will be added to it, making it a bit less abstract and making it sound a bit more like an actual video game soundtrack rather than a bunch of underwater soundscapes. So here I'll be dealing with the final jellyfish. Just wait for him to go away, and that means that I am clear to make my way to the surface. And that's the end of this mock-up video. So in this video I've only demonstrated one of the many, or actually rather a couple of the many different possibilities inside this concept. You could add a whole bunch of different things. You could, for starters, you'd have to have more different kinds of enemies, make the level a lot longer. Maybe you could even put in some pickups like extra air, or some kind of a flashlight for your diver, or a harpoon gun, or I don't know, whatsoever. You could do a lot of different things. You know, you could even create some kind of an endless mode, kind of like Doodle Jump or something, where your goal is just to get as high as you can with the amount of air you have, and make it some kind of a high score based game. You know, I mean, as for the platforms you could play this on, it's also very diverse. You can of course control it with your keyboard or a console controller, but I think this game will be very well suited for touchscreen devices as well. You know, you can just tap on the right side to make him go right up, and tap on the left side to make him go left up, and if you don't tap anything, he'll just slowly move down towards the bottom again. Thank you for watching.